the father of 14-year-old Colt Gray, who is accused of killing 2 teachers and 2 students in a school shooting at Appalachia High School in Winder, Georgia, reportedly enlisted the help of his sister, a retired police lieutenant, to intervene after they were investigated by the FBI. According to DailyMail.com, Colt's father, 54-year-old Colin Gray, reached out to his sister, Marion Gray, to speak to the troubled teenager after authorities received an FBI tip about a potential school shooting threat made by Colt on the social media platform Discord. The FBI had alerted local authorities to a message on Discord, a platform frequently used by gamers, in which Colt, then 13, allegedly threatened to shoot up a middle school tomorrow. Law enforcement responded to the tip, and both Colt and his father were interviewed by officers. During the interview, Colin admitted that he had tried to talk to his son about the seriousness of his actions and even arranged for him to speak with Marion, a former lieutenant with the Henderson, Nevada Police Department. Marion had served in law enforcement for many years before moving to Canton, Georgia in 2020, where she took a job as a 911 dispatcher. Colin told officers that Marion had a lengthy conversation with Colt in an attempt to help him, adding that he had also taken his son on a ride along with police, believing it would have a positive impact on the teen's perspective. "One ride along will change your life," Colin said he told Colt. Despite these efforts, tragedy struck on Wednesday when Colt allegedly carried out a deadly shooting at Appalachia High School. Authorities have since charged Colin in connection with the killings after he admitted to purchasing the gun used by his son in the attack. According to reports, Colt sent his mother, Marcy, a text message on the day of the shooting, simply stating, "I'm sorry." Marcy reportedly tried to alert authorities after receiving the message and immediately began driving the 3-hour journey back to Appalachia High School. Sadly, she was informed of the tragedy while en route. Colt's family had previously expressed concerns about his well-being. His grandmother claimed she had warned school officials just a week before the shooting, raising alarm about Colt's behavior. Meanwhile, Colin told law enforcement that Colt was being bullied at school, with classmates accusing him of being gay. Despite the bullying, Colin insisted his son was not a loner, although he acknowledged Colt had been troubled by the treatment he received from his peers. Colin shared that Colt had been introduced to firearms at a young age, initially through hunting. Concerned about school safety and the possibility that his son could be caught in a shooting incident, Colin took Colt bow hunting, later progressing to pellet guns and eventually a .22 caliber firearm. Colin emphasized that gun safety was always a priority, and he wanted Colt to know how to defend himself in case of an emergency. He also believed that Colt's interest in weapons could be channeled into something constructive, noting that Colt had expressed a desire to become a detective due to his cyber skills. However, despite these intentions, troubling signs began to emerge. Authorities investigating the FBI tip about the Discord threat noted that the account linked to Colt had a username written in Russian that translated to Lanza, a reference to Adam Lanza, the perpetrator of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. Colt denied being behind the threat, claiming that his Discord account had been hacked multiple times and that he had shut it down due to security concerns. Colin supported his son's claims, telling officers that Colt understood the seriousness of weapons and would never make such threats. Investigators, however, were unable to conclusively link the threats to Colt or his father. The Discord account in question had been accessed from various locations in Georgia and even Buffalo, New York, leading to conflicting evidence. As a result, authorities could not move forward with an arrest or pursue charges at the time. Jackson County Sheriff Janice Mangum, who reviewed the case in May 2023, stated that her office had thoroughly investigated the FBI tip but found no grounds to confiscate the Gray family's firearms. "We did all we could do with what we had at the time," Mangum told the Associated Press. Following the tragic events at Appalachia High School, both Colt and Colin appeared in court, where they were charged in connection with the shooting. Colt reportedly confessed to the crime after being read his Miranda rights, telling officers, "I did it." At his court appearance, the teen was dressed in a green t-shirt and gray sweatpants, keeping his head down as his hair covered his face. He spoke only to confirm his name when addressed by Judge Curry Mingledorff, responding quietly with "Yes, sir." Judge Mingledorff clarified that Colt, due to his age, would not face the death penalty. Instead, he could receive life imprisonment either with or without the possibility of parole. The judge referenced a 2005 Supreme Court ruling that prohibits the execution of individuals who were under 18 at the time of their crimes. Colin Gray also appeared in court shortly after his son. The father, visibly emotional, cried as he shuffled into the courtroom in shackles, wearing a striped prison-issued shirt and tracksuit. He confirmed his name and age, and when asked, stated that he was able to read and write. Judge Mingledorff informed Colin of the charges he faces, including multiple counts of felony murder, involuntary manslaughter, and cruelty to children. Each felony murder charge carries a potential sentence of up to 30 years in prison, while the lesser charges could add up to 10 years each, making the maximum possible sentence 180 years. The case has shaken the local community, and many are questioning whether more could have been done to prevent the tragedy. While law enforcement maintains that they acted appropriately given the information available at the time, the shooting has reignited debates about gun safety, parental responsibility, and the role of social media in fostering harmful behavior among vulnerable youth. As the investigation continues, both Colt and his father face lengthy legal battles, with the weight of the tragedy hanging over their family and the community at large. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more updates on celebrity deaths and news updates.